morning.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Boost Brothers Garage. This week, we are welcoming back Brandon and Jackie, and we are going to be taking all of these parts, and we're doing a one-day build on this R53 Mini, turning it into a track car for this girl. Stay tuned.
So Brandon and Jackie wanted to start tracking with us, and the result was an affordable track car that is behind us, the R53. Well, Brandon being Brandon, he started sending Mike and I text of things that, you know, he should buy eventually for it. Well, eventually turned into like a 2-week shopping spree. So Brandon, quickly run down what all you got here.
Started with the BR coilovers, StopTech rotors with Hawk pads, Alta intake,
And Alta.
intercooler diverter, whatever you want to call it.
Gotcha.
Strut tower brace that we actually pulled off a parts car, which that's another story. Got a 15% reduction pulley from WMW. We got a Megan Racing header into a 1-ball mod that was actually already on the car when I purchased it. That was the only thing done to it. And then we got wheels and tires that are actually getting mounted, balanced, all that at the shop. We'll get them on later.
And that's pretty much it, right?
I think that's
New belt, like some little stuff.
odds and ends.
So yeah, we're gonna start getting after it and try to turn this thing into a worthy track day car.
Took our first break of the day, beer break, lunch break. We're making some decent progress on the car. Zach's gone through and he's already got all of the brakes removed. He's starting to disassemble suspension components so we can get the coilovers in. Brandon and I got the cold air intake in, and now we are going to be working on getting the supercharger pulley installed. Jackie spent way more time than she thought she was going to have to getting the race numbers on the car. A sticker that big, it's really a pain in the ass to try to keep bubbles from forming. We're going to get back at it. All right, well, we've been working for a few hours. We're not filming a lot because, well, we've got entirely way too much stuff to do in one day. But our wheels and tires showed up. These wheels are the Konig Backbone. These are 16x7 ET40, and we wrapped them in Bridstone RE71R rubber 205/50/16. It's a decent size that fits, you know, stock sheet metal. We don't have to do any modifications. We are running a 5mm spacer, at least on the front, which we've already test fit that and it fits good. Under there, we've got our StopTech rotors. We've got our Hawk pads, HP pluses. We've got the BC Racing coilovers already installed. We got the Alta cold air installed. We got the WMW 22mm rear sway bar and the BC rear coilovers. We're moving along pretty good. The one thing that we're not gonna get done today is the supercharger pulley, which is really unfortunate. And that's because Zach decided to only bring half of it. And unfortunately, that doesn't really do us any good.
Why would a pulley have 2 pieces?
Most aftermarket pulleys do.
That makes no sense. Why?
Why is the sky blue?
Where's that goddamn pulley at? If somebody says pull the pulley off of the supercharger and bring it to Cincinnati with you, I would feel like I accomplished my task.
I mean, that looks like a pulley.
Yeah.
But that's not all of it.
Well, maybe somebody should have clarified. Bring both pieces.
I didn't realize that I had to be the motorsport encyclopedia for everyone else. Anyway, we're gonna keep moving forward. We still need to do the header. There's a couple other odds and ends. We're gonna bleed all the brake fluid. We're gonna put new Motul 600, I believe, brake fluid in there so that we don't overheat that on the track. Also, Jackie did the numbers. She did a great job on this side. I'm not gonna show you the other side because she did a real shitty job on that side. Time for another brief update. It has once again been a few hours and starting to get a little tired, but we are starting to work on the header. Everything else is done. We've got all the suspension done, wheels, tires, brakes, cold air intake, everything except for the supercharger pulley, which, you know. But when we pulled the factory header and we compared it to the Megan Racing, we found an issue. And that issue is, well, the Megan Racing is quite a bit shorter than the factory header. We pulled this header off of a parts car that we got that had some modifications. And with it, we also took this secondary piece of pipe. And then we pulled the factory exhaust, which, like we said, already has the one ball mod done to it. And now we're trying to figure out exactly what we're gonna do to figure out the difference in length. We went and got some exhaust tubing and some clamps.
Well, we just finally got the Megan Racing header installed. And so we're gonna start it up and listen to what it sounds like, just the header. That was fucking loud.
Somehow in my delirious state after many hours of working, I came up with a halfway decent solution for this. So the piece of exhaust that we took off of the other car that we got the header off of, which has a resonator in, which will be nice to reuse. ID of this is the same as the OD of this, so we can slip fit it. So I went down there, did some measuring, did some cutting of the stock exhaust with the one ball mod in this piece, and bada bing, bada boom. Throw a clamp on that, we're set. We are done. Zach is finishing up the last couple bolts on the band that holds the muffler up. The exhaust is all finished. The one thing about the Megan header is it doesn't have any provisions for a rear O2 sensor. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Obviously, it's gonna have to get tuned at some point. But let's take a look under the hood. We've got the Alta cold air intake. We've got an M7 strut bar. And this is nice because it has these reinforcements for the top of the strut towers. And then the Alta, what is this? I think it's called the intercooler diverter. We got our track numbers installed, our 16x7 Konig backbones with the Bridstone RE71Rs, StopTech rotors, Hawk HP Plus pads, BC coilovers. Same setup in the back, but we also instead installed the WMW 22mm sway bar. Not bad, considering we did all this in a day, although I am exhausted. Let's get this thing off the jack stand, see what it looks like. All right, Jackie and Brandon, your car, so you get to lower it and do the honors. Don't fuck it up, Jackie.
Slow.
You guys put a lot of pressure on.
Whoa!
Take two!
Oh!
Well, that wasn't slow, but...
I mean, we're all a little tired here.
The rear is perfect.
Yeah, the rear looks good.
The wheel fitment looks really good with the 5mm spacers. Back, the overall ride height looks really good as well, but yeah, we're probably gonna have to drop the front just a little bit. We'll wanna get that done before we get the alignment done, which all has to happen this week because next week is their first ever track day. Oh, yeah, we need to hear what our exhaust sounds like.
You wanna fire it up, Jackie?
She just went full send.
She sent it like
Full send.
she full sent it. But
It's raspy,
it sounds good.
real raspy. Imagine it without the resonator.
All right, guys. So that is a wrap on track prepping the Mini.
Too much work in one day.
Too
Yes.
much work in one day. We are pooped, and we still need to do the pulley and make some adjustments on the front strut tower brace. But other than that, I think, you know, a few adjustments to the coilovers, I think we're good to go. So they're gonna go take this out and drive it for the first time, and then we'll let them have it for a week or so, and we'll give some impressions next week with the Putnam video. Thanks for watching.